Afternoon, YouTube. I've been working on the project, cutting down the sheets. Of course, I made a few boo-boos and had to modify things a little bit, but heck, it's not a project unless you screw something up, right? So, breaking down big sheets, you got to get a track saw. I know there's cheap ones out there. I picked up a DeWalt, used through our local Kijiji, or it's like a used Craigslist kind of thing. I got two tracks, a really big one, 8 foot, and then I have a smaller one. Just for storage of these things, they have a hole in the end. It actually works out that a big honking number 12 screw with a pan head works perfect for holding these things up. So I thought I'd just give you a quick show of that. Now the next thing is I have to cut really long, narrow strips. And when I'm cutting those, well, I'm gonna have to put them on the sled. The problem is, if I butt it right up against the fence, it could bind, and that's a bad thing. So I've actually set up a sacrificial 1/4 inch piece of hardboard here, just as a reference. I'll get the edge on that, and as I cut across, it will come clear of the blade. I need these to be about 18 inches, so I think this should work okay. Anyways, if you see another video, it means I didn't die. Otherwise, if I don't post anymore, I'm probably dead or horribly injured. Talk to you later. Hey, wood butchers. I guess with the move, there was a problem with my cross-cut guide fence. It was way out of whack. So I just spent probably about an hour and a half tuning it up, getting it as close as possible. I just used a standard carpenter square. It's close enough for this. It's not the William Eng 5-cut, wood food type of thing, but man, he's an amazing woodworker. I don't need that kind of accuracy. This is just a shop cabinet, so at some point in time, I'll mess with that, but for right now, good enough. Here's all my parts for it. These bigger ones are going to be the sides. There is going to be the tops and bottoms. These are all going to get pocket holes in all the sides. They are going to then get pocket screwed into here. There'll be a stress web in the center, so the tops and bottoms will be screwed in here, but going along this side, there's going to be this sort of more of a shear web, I guess, keep the whole thing as rigid as possible. So that's going to be cut out of the same stock I made that. I'm not cutting that until I've got one bottom and one top, and two sides and one bottom done. Then I can kind of custom cut it just so it fits perfectly up and down. It'll have some pocket screws in it as well. And then all of this is going to get pocket screwed together. I'm not going to glue it, mainly because if something happens and I got to tear it all apart, I don't want to have to be breaking glue joints. I know it would make it stronger, but for my purposes right now, it's going to be skinned on top and skinned on the bottom with 1/2 inch plywood or this 5/8 inch melamine. I don't think it's going anywhere. Plus the two carcasses are going to be screwed together. If that all falls apart, I'm in a lot of trouble. If we look over here, this is my original cart. The reason I'm not resizing it is it's all glued with MDF and dados. Man, it's square, it's solid. And the two of them are really just sitting on with a spacer at the top and skinned with it's 3/4 inch MDF on the bottom and 3/4 inch MDF on the top. Just all screwed together. It ain't going nowhere. Plus it's got the other 5/8 inch melamine on top. It is solid. It hasn't moved an inch. It's moved, it's grooved. I even have some Craig sort of hold down clamp components. It hasn't budged a millimeter in, oh heck, probably about 20 years almost. So I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to do something similar on this. It's smaller. It's not going to have as much, but let's see how it goes. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll get back to you once I get some pocket screws in.